So if you've been following the crypto space and especially the XRP story for quite some time, you know that recently Gary Gensler became the new head of the SEC, and he was chosen for a specific reason. He was handpicked by the Biden administration to become the head of the SEC because of his knowledge about cryptocurrencies. He's very familiar with the technologies, the use cases. In fact, he taught cryptocurrencies at MIT. And so right now, he's quickly becoming one of the most powerful men in the entire country from an economic standpoint, specifically revolving around cryptocurrencies. Now, since he was named head of the SEC, there was a lot of optimism in the crypto community, thinking that he would come in and have a pro-crypto stance on things, and maybe even weigh in on this XRP case. Well, so far, none of that's happened, and in fact, there's actually been one delay already in some clarification of a Bitcoin ETF that is seeking to be listed. Also, we're going to be talking about some stock-to-flow models that are going to be doing some crypto predictions, some crypto price predictions for 2021 to the end of the year. There's a lot of people coming out with their end-of-year predictions on Bitcoin because as the stock-to-flow model and some of the chart analysis is saying, this bull run is not going to end until the end of this year. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And in this YouTube channel, right now I'm covering the SEC versus Ripple, along with other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, personal finance, and stimulus check updates. So if you want to follow along with any of those topics, follow along with those developments, go ahead, click the subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the bell notification icon. That way YouTube will notify you when I release a new video. And of course I do that when there are new developments. And specifically talking about XRP, there are seemingly new developments every single day. And if you're feeling really generous, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, helps YouTube show this video to other audiences. All right, guys, well, I like to keep these videos short and to the point, so let's get right into this. So since Gary Gensler has been named the head of the SEC, the crypto community has been looking for him to put his hands around this case that the SEC is bringing against Ripple. Now, me personally, I didn't expect him to just jump in and say the SEC is dropping this case. I really don't expect that to happen. There's been some recent opinion writers in the crypto space that now say there's just too much going against the SEC that the judge will have really no recourse except to force the SEC to drop it or rule in their favor. And so just yesterday, there was actually word that came out that the SEC has decided to delay a decision on a new Bitcoin ETF, which means an exchange-traded fund specifically invested in Bitcoin that would be traded on the stock market. Now, of course, the SEC has to rule on that before they can make that allowed. And what they did was there was actually a May 3rd deadline for the SEC to make a decision on it. What they did was basically just extend that deadline into June. They didn't rule against it. They didn't make any ruling whatsoever. But the reason they did that was because Gary Gensler was so new to the job. They basically said, well, he needs a full 45 days to kind of wrap his hands around things, especially this particular listing, so he can see all the details of it, who's bringing the listing, what it entails, and so forth. And so as of right now, that seems like a good thing because he's going to be taking his time to look into it and make sure it's the right decision. At least that's what the speculation is. Now remember, even though Gary Gensler knows cryptocurrencies inside and out, and even taught the course on cryptocurrencies at MIT, he is a career-long regulator, meaning other than teaching at MIT, he was creating rules and regulations. This is one of those things that doesn't shape up well for the United States economy, especially regarding the cryptocurrency space. Because as cryptocurrency grows, the DeFi space was going to grow right along with it. DeFi, which is decentralized finance, is a very broad term and it affects so many different industries, but specifically banking. And what cryptocurrencies affect specifically banking? XRP. And as of right now, it looks like regardless of what happens to Ripple and regardless of what the SEC actually rules, there are many people in the crypto space from countries all around the world. In fact, you may be watching this from a different country other than the United States who say it really doesn't matter what the US rules. There's been many other countries that have declared that XRP is a currency and it's not a security. So regardless of what the United States rules, the rest of the world's going to be fine with their XRP. The United States, well, that remains to be seen. But things are still moving along. We are looking at April 30th, which is a huge date. There is a hearing. I actually just saw a YouTube video of a guy who said he's not going to be streaming it because it's not allowed to be streamed and they will actually prosecute you if it is. However, there's rumors of some people that said they're going to stream it anyway. So that'll be interesting to see. Be on the lookout for that. I would scour Twitter and YouTube to see if there's anything like that. I don't think YouTube would actually allow that. So in any case, if somebody tried to set up a stream, it would likely get shut down pretty quick. But in any case, the news from that hearing is going to be brought out very quickly as people start to report on it. They're going to be live tweeting about it, but it's probably actually going to be really boring, just like most regulatory hearings are. All right, with all that out of the way, I wanted to talk about one thing, and that is this 2021 bull run that crypto has been on, that Bitcoin has been on since really November, December-ish. And there's been a lot of speculations as to, are we at the top? Because Bitcoin hit that 64,000 plus number, and then came back down, had a consolidation, but it now found some support. So there's chart analysts that I watch every single day that go over Bitcoin, that go over XRP, that go over a lot of these different currencies. Well, a lot of the Bitcoin ones they've been speculating that Bitcoin at the end of the year, some say it's going to be at 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. I've seen some that even say it's going to be over 500,000 by the end of the year. Now, a lot of those predictions are built on the stock to flow model, which has been extremely accurate. If we look back at the 2013 and 2017 bull runs, it was unbelievably accurate in predicting what would happen, not just with the price, but when the price would actually do its fluctuations. So right now, that stock to flow model is still showing Bitcoin as reaching 300 to 400,000 by the end of the year. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is how that relates to XRP and really the rest of the altcoins, because this is where I want your input. If in fact Bitcoin is gonna 6 or 7x by the end of the year, it's gonna take all the altcoins with it. So this is where the speculators really come in. I want you to let me know in the comment section down below that if Bitcoin is going to go to 300,000-400,000, it's going to 6 and 7x and take all of the altcoins with it. Which altcoins are you putting your money in for the rest of this year? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to talk about them, especially if XRP is one of them. And also, let me know in the comment section down below if you think Gary Gensler is going to be good for the crypto community. Because right now, the jury's still out. And one of the reasons that I was talking about this Bitcoin bull run and the stock to flow charts and all the models and everything, that could be completely interrupted by something like overregulation and by delays by the SEC and what's going to happen with the United States and their views on cryptocurrency. Right now, it just looks like the United States can't get out of their own way when they have a chance to actually be one of the tops in the world in terms of technology. In fact, even the Biden administration says they want to be printing trillions and trillions of dollars to put into things like infrastructure and put into things like green energy initiatives. Maybe they should look into cryptocurrency a little bit more than they currently are. That's all I've got to say on the matter. I appreciate you watching this video. Please give it a big thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next video.